The Axeman of New Orleans was one of the most infamous and enigmatic serial killers in American history. His reign of terror lasted from May 1918 to October 1919, during which time he brutally murdered at least 6 people and injured several others. Despite numerous investigations and a massive manhunt, the Axeman was never caught and his true identity remains a mystery to this day. The first known attack by the Axeman occurred on May 23, 1918. The victim, Joseph Maggio, was found in his bedroom with his throat slit and several deep gashes on his face. His wife, Catherine, was also found with similar injuries but managed to survive the attack. The couple owned a grocery store, and it was later discovered that a panel on the back door had been chiseled away, suggesting that the Axeman had entered the home through this route. The next known attack took place on June 27, 1918, when Louis Bessumer and his mistress, Harriet Lowe, were attacked in their home. Both were found with severe head injuries, and Bessumer died from his injuries the following day. Lowe survived and provided a vague description of the attacker, who she claimed was a tall, dark figure wielding an axe. Over the next few months, the Axeman struck again, attacking and killing a number of other victims. The most notable attack occurred on March 10, 1919, when Italian immigrant Esther Albano was attacked in her home. Her husband woke up to find her lying beside him with severe head injuries, and a bloody axe was found in their backyard. The Axeman's attacks were marked by their brutality and the fact that they often occurred in the middle of the night while the victims were sleeping. Despite this, there were very few witnesses or clues to help authorities track down the killer. A number of suspects were questioned and even arrested, but none were ever charged with the crimes. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Axeman case was the fact that the killer seemed to have a bizarre fascination with jazz music. In a letter that was published in the New Orleans Times-Picayune in March 1919, the Axeman claimed that he would spare any household that was playing jazz music on the night of March 19. The letter read, in part, "I am very fond of jazz music, and I swear by all the devils in the nether regions that every person shall be spared in whose home a jazz band is in full swing at the time I have just mentioned." On the night of March 19, 1919, jazz music could be heard playing throughout the city, as people hoped to avoid becoming the Axeman's next victim. Despite this, there were still a number of attacks that occurred that night and in the weeks and months that followed. The Axeman's reign of terror finally came to an end in October 1919, when he attacked and killed a grocer named Mike Pepitone. This time, however, a neighbor heard the commotion and called the police, who arrived on the scene in time to see the Axeman fleeing into the night. Despite an extensive manhunt and a number of suspects being questioned and even arrested, the Axeman was never caught. To this day, his true identity remains a mystery, and the case remains one of the most fascinating and enigmatic in American true crime history.